Hey there, comic book friends and fiends. It's Rob here in front of the Great Wall of Comics. It's Monday. We've got boxes, and that means it's time for mail call. All right, we might as well get right into it. We got a whole bunch of boxes here. I'm excited because there's some cool stuff in here. That's all I'm going to say. Don't want to tease anything else, but it is some cool stuff. But while I'm getting to that, don't forget to read down below here. Check out the FatStaxMerch.com. If you're looking at getting some Fat Stacks t-shirts or OnlySlabs shirts or mugs or caps or whatever, consider checking out the website. That's one place to get it, first of all. But all the proceeds, 100% of all profits go to Comics Curing Cancer. So it's for a good cause. Check it out. All right, first box up here. This is it's actually kind of funny. I almost bought this book when I was at recent San Jose Con, and I ended up not picking it up. And then I stumbled across it on eBay, and the price was stupid low, and I decided, well, maybe I should get it. And then it turns out that it came from the seller that was at the San Jose Con. I could have got it from House of Comics. Anyway, so this is DC's Black Magic number. This is number one, right? Yep, number one. Of course, there's multiple volumes of this, but for this volume here, Black Magic Volume 1, Head of the Family. So there we go. This was like a whole $10. Worth it. Happy to add that to the collection. This guy, dude's hella creepy, man. Check that out. Anyways. All right, next up. This is from Johnny Five Alive, YouTuber, Instagrammer. I don't enter a lot of contests, mostly because when I'm watching YouTube, I'm doing many other things, and I'm not paying attention, and I'm not good at coming back to stuff. I'm a horrible, I'm a nice guy. I'm a subscriber, but I'm horrible at staying on top of everything. Anyways, I was watching one of his videos. There was a giveaway. I went, which he does a lot of giveaways, by the way, and I just happened to go ahead and enter, and I'll be damned if I didn't win. He ended up hitting me up. I didn't realize I won at first, to be honest. He goes, "Hey, did you know you won?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure." And then he's like, "I had to do some certain things in order to claim my prize." So I had to go back and watch the video and stuff. To be honest, I completely forgot about it. Like I said, I'm horrible, but I won this, and this is awesome. Check this out. Secret Invasion number 1, book that's heating up on the rise. This is in brilliant condition. Couple of spine ticks, but it's in really good looks in really good condition. Nice win. Pick it up. Secret Invasion number 1. Thank you very much, Johnny Five Alive Comics over on Instagram and here on YouTube. All right, next up. This is from Instagram seller Caped Crusader Comics. Every once in a while, he does some claim sales, does some various things. I haven't actually bought from him in a while, and then all of a sudden, a couple things come up. It's always about what it is. Sometimes some of the IG sellers are that have some that I like, that have some good deals. A lot of times they're selling the stuff that's hot that moment, and I'm trying not to, oftentimes I'm not as into the FOMO stuff that some of the everybody else is going for, because I'm starting to settle into what I'm digging into. So anyways, a whole slew of blue tape. Wow. Yeah, this is just too much. There's no good way to get in here without risking damage to the books. I'm going to try to just cut this bubble wrap, at least not, and keep this bubble wrap. It's just too much tape. He's reinforcing all his corners and everything else. Really, I've talked about this before. It's unnecessary, but hey, I'm not upset when a seller is taking extra care and trying to protect the books that I have paid money for. I guess there's no point complaining about that, because that just seems silly to complain about it. But it's like, okay, fine, I'll just throw all your stuff in a shoebox and send it to you. And then you're complaining that they just sent all your stuff was thrown in a shoebox, right? So it's one of those, you can't win for losing. All right. And I think we got these moved away. Good. Now we can see what I got, because I don't really always remember. Oh, yeah. Okay, cool. So I recently picked these up at that San Jose Con as well. And I picked up another set of copies of this because I think that this might be the little bit of FOMO, or not, I want to say FOMO is not really the right word, but a little bit of speculation that the undervalued. Now that Black Adam's coming, and really big deal. Here you go. You got 52. This is week 12 and week 23. And so these are, this is the first appearance of the second Isis, who becomes Black Adam's wife, and then Osiris. So these are key books in the Black Adam um, mythos right now, and with Black Adam movie coming out and potentially additionals coming behind it, these could be nice books to have, and you get the pair of them for like, I don't know, $15, something like that. So those are cool. Really nice condition. Also picked up another copy of Invincible Iron Man #3. So this book is a book that you can still pick up reasonable. There's a lot. It's not the first appearance of Riri, but it is the first appearance in the story of Riri in the Ironheart armor. So there's the first appearances of Riri, and the first appearance of her armor is on the cover of issue 1, but the actual time she puts on the armor, the Ironheart armor, is this issue here, Invincible Iron Man 3. It's a key book that's not going to be as expensive as necessarily her first appearance, but you can pick them up all day long in near mint plus condition. I've got a couple 9.8s, and this one looks like another banger of a 9.8 candidate to send off. So there you go. You can pick them up, $30. And another one which I picked up, and I love this book. One of my favorite artists, especially, you know, like, it's not. There's characters, or there's people who draw some really sexy women characters and all this other stuff, and then there's this character who still managed to draw them sexy, even though his style is completely different than what you're used to, and or it just has a certain appeal to it. I don't know what it is, but Bruce Timm here, Spider-Gwen, done by Bruce Timm on this incentive cover. I've got to issue this, and I'm actually really sad I forgot that I had this in my boxes, because there's a Bruce Timm signing going on, and I forgot to pull it out to have it signed by Bruce Timm. But that's all right. I'll pick up another copy. Now I'm prepared. Dig this book. Happy to pick that up for another $30. All right. Next up, this is eBay action from seller Generations_2020. He had one book in particular that I was interested in, and then while I was looking, I checked out the rest of his stuff and found a couple other books that were stupid cheap that I said, hey, I'll grab those too. And one of them was more or less just kind of prove a point. But okay, come on, slicey, kicey, teepy. Very carefully. Which we got. Oh, this, by the way, wasn't shipped obviously just like this in this cardboard sandwich here. This set cardboard sandwich was inside of a bubble mailer, but I just removed the bubble mailer because those are generally pain and time consuming to get out, and I thought this would be super simple. I thought. Anyways, so let's take a look and see. These are the baser books first. I can tell that. All right. So first up, Death of Superman, yeah, Polybag. There's just been this whole thing of Death of Superman lately, and all these special editions are going on. And I just wanted to prove a fact, even though those are a different book. It's a tribute thing, and this is the actual. You can, the people are paying like big money, $100, whatever more, for a copy that's paid tribute to this book. You can still pick this book up for like $10. Near mint. This person has it labeled as near mint. Still in the poly bag, so we have no idea. But there you go, poly bag, Death of Superman, number 75, for $10. Another one I picked up. This was like less than $10. I think this was like $5. Just because they had it near mint, and looking at it, it very well may be. Holy cow! I don't see a lot of these. Make that. But it is Avengers West Coast, number 100. Look at that. That's that embossed foil. I mean, you take a book embossed foil at this point and ask it to be, even though this is November 93, so it's now coming up on 20, 30 years. This book is nearly 30 years old, embossed foil cover, looks to be in flawless condition. This is going to be put into a bag. I'm going to have to put like another bag and another board on the other side to help protect it, or put it into a slab kit or something, top loader or something. I don't know. But there you go. Death of an Avenger, number 100, the red emboss. Picked this up with a scream. I think it was like $5. But here's the real book that I wanted. Let me pull this out off this board here carefully. All right. We might as well just let's pull this tape off the back, and let's make sure, let's take this tape off because I don't want it to get stuck to the book when I take it out. So this is from 1948. This is Dell 4-color 190. It is a Flash Gordon story and is expected to be in fine condition. This is another original story written for the comic book. A lot of the early comic books were the newsprint stories that had appeared in the newspaper put together into a comic book. This is one of the early comics where we first get original stories here. So, excuse me, this has got a beautiful wraparound cover. So look at that, full wraparound color. Pages inside, white to off-white. Damn near close to white considering the paper that they used at the time. I'm looking at it here. Let's take a look at the centerfold. Staples are super tight. We don't have anything falling apart from there. This is just an absolute gorgeous book. He has it listed in fine condition, and I don't doubt it whatsoever. This looks like a solid 5 to 6.0 book. Really, it's dirt. It's got some dirt on the backside, and it can be cleaned, some surface dirt, and on the front. So really, our biggest deal here is we're going to need to send this off to the Rogue Trader, the roguetraderutah.com. Use the code FATSTAX, save 20% off, and then $10 goes to Comics Curing Cancer. So anyways, it's got to clean some. I'm going to send it off to Rogue Trader, have him clean up some of the the surface soil on the cover. We'll get a good press out of it. We have a good wrap. Staples are great. I don't see any rust signs. That's good. So really, the biggest thing that's going to hurt it is just we have some soft edges. We do have some color breaking along the edges, and our biggest things up this corner here. So, but that again, this is 1948, is what we're talking about here on this book, and yeah, copyright 1948. I love these things inside here. You have the how to build your own like Mongo shuttle thing. Um, so yeah, all right. I wasted a lot of time on this book. Let's move this off to the side. Flash Gordon, love it. Golden Age, Atomic Age, sci-fi book. Last up, we have a slab. All right. This is from Lethal Protector Comics on Instagram. I did take the liberty of cracking the top there. And as I recall, this is ironically a book that I had a raw copy of, and I recently auctioned it off. The copy that I had was nowhere near the condition that this book is in. The book I had was actually missing the trade. It was one of those books that what happened back in the day, comic books that were sold on newsstands, they had a shelf life. They didn't just stay up there forever. It's not like your comic book shop today where you held on to all these back issues. Newsstands didn't have room for that. And so they would have to send back any books that they didn't sell to get credit for them. But sometimes they didn't have to actually send the books back instead because the publisher wasn't going to do anything with them. So a lot of times it was, okay, well, you could just tear the cover off. And that will and then send back just the covers to save on postage or something. And so you had that, or they would cut the trade dress, the title off the cover. And so that's how they would do it. So you'll see books like that a lot of times available where you see a perfectly straight edge cut and the title, the trade dress is removed. That means that's a book that technically it was a field destroy. And it was, and some people claim that because the depending upon the rules at the time, those books may have actually been the property of the publisher for a while and were considered, stolen, but all that time is long gone. Anyways, so this is a book where I had where that trade dress had been cut off. And so I sold it. Wow, I didn't pay anything like that price there. Holy cow. All right. So this is Showcase Comics number 55. This is the first solo Golden Age Green Lantern in the Silver Age. What does this say? It says first solo Golden Age Green Lantern in the Silver Age, and the first Silver Age appearance of Solomon Grundy, along with an Hour Man and Dr. Fate in the text. So there you go. First Silver Age appearance of Solomon Grundy. Also the first time in the Silver Age that the Golden Age Green Lantern, Alan Scott, shows up in a 5.0. You can see why right along here. This has got some color breaking stuff all along the spine there. Matter of fact, wow, I'm actually impressed that this is a 5.0. Somebody was pretty generous. There's a very large color breaking crease that goes across here and another one that goes across there. I would have suspected, based on other books I've seen in the past, all that together, that we would have been looking at something closer to the 4, 3.5 to a 4. But CGC, they're the experts, right? So there you go. Showcase 55. First Silver Age Solomon Grundy. First Golden Age Green Lantern in appearance in the Silver Age. That's a mouthful to trip over. Great book. Happy to have that for a song and a prayer. Very good deal I got with that book. Probably my favorite of the whole lot. Of course, you guys know me and my sci-fi, the Flash Gordon, the Avengers, the Superman book for fun. We got our Bruce Timm Spider-Man or Spider-Gwen, our Riri first appearance in the Ironheart armor, our first appearance of the second Isis, first appearance of Osiris, our secret invasions, whew, and our black magic #1. That's a haul, folks. Let me know down below what you thought was your favorite. What what can you even have a favorite with all this? That's the real question. I don't know. While you're thinking about that, why don't you hit that like and subscribe and notification bell so you'll know when new content drops, as well as, of course, alert to Saturday's OnlySlabs show. All right, guys, until next time, collect what you want. Don't listen to anybody, including myself. I mean, I'm just a fat man with a fat stack of comics and a fat opinion. Thanks for watching.